reflections on the screen. Code in my veins, I'm the algorithm queen. Built my throne from blocks, no prefab scene. Blueprints of ambition, stitched in every seam. Stepping through the jungle, predator not prey. Snakes in the grass, watch them all slink away. Chiseled my name, stone won't decay. I don't play the game.
Welcome to your go-to destination for the latest in entertainment news, celebrity updates, trending stories, and cultural moments that everyone's talking about. You'll find thoughtful commentary designed to keep you in the know. I also talk about world news and the effects. Let's get started. Regarding the Love and Hip Hop franchise. So, I hear it is ending? Well, I made sure to watch every episode. In the beginning, the show started authentic until it wasn't. I will say, it gave us a chance to see how our favorite rapper or rappers really lived. I mean, this was supposed to show us the lifestyle and their next chapter in their career. This was all before the hoopla. Now, of course, for a minute or even 3, they did have some couples that were interesting, and then all the controversy surrounding a few individuals, which even spilled over into issues outside the show, had everyone tuned in. They allowed all the fakery to take over, added all those nut jobs, and it literally became the epitome of stupidness. Speaking as a mother, when I noticed my daughter imitating Cardi B, before I knew who she was, I was like, not on my watch. At the same time, this was also when I started back looking at the show again. Cardi B was interesting to say the least. Loved her personality, and at least she made it funny, and she had it hype. However, I can also appreciate a lot of the bullcrap shows they put out to show us. I mean, those that can see the deeper look into what was really going on in the industry that honestly made me second-guess that wanting to be famous thing. They made it seem like fame was a special thing to be a part of. Not. If anything, I would think one would take a jump back, double hopscotch method, not the leap. I'm not saying the individuals are bad people. We're all humans, and we all make mistakes. I would hope that they all played a role or something like that. Maybe. Now, I hear that the show is now in the phase of ending. I'm not surprised, considering how all these weird things are exposed within the industry, and including with all the so-called people with money. Oh, I mean in the street-type people. The way it seems, or it does come across as I stated before, I had my favorite couples and my favorite people on the show, and then it went from me liking to disliking them at all. I mean, talk about bad characters and personalities, the whole fake facade type. Rashida and her husband were a huge disappointment. I didn't care for Yandy when she was doing the New York show, especially when her husband or boyfriend, Mendices, was in jail. So the dislike was actually the result of the beginning of Love and Hip Hop New York with Jim and Chrissy. Chrissy was my girl. Yandy seemed like the hating creeper type. However, on the Atlanta show, I liked her and her husband's role as a couple. Back to those with eyes that can see, the show definitely opened my eyes to a better understanding of how certain situations really were, and in my opinion, it showed a bad representation of Black women and Black people. However, in actuality, it gave a lot of in-depth truth. So, if it weren't for Love and Hip Hop, I don't think we would begin to grasp the details of the famous files, making its way around the web, now showcasing and telling a whole lot of behind-the-scenes activities. Speaking of Love and Hip Hop, Cardi B. No. I'm not a fan of a lot of her music, but I enjoy watching her parenting. She has beautiful babies. As far as her relationships with these guys, I don't have an opinion for because I just don't believe most of them are real. I think that Cardi B has great potential on her own without shoving a man down in her face. If only she show who she is genuinely without putting on the fake facade, in my opinion. She does better by herself. As I got older, I understood a lot more, and I learned that if being in a relationship is important to you, let it be with someone you love and who loves and respects you. The sad part is that people don't understand that a relationship only involves 2 and not 3 or 4. Know who really is rooting for the better you, individually. This is my opinion regarding the end of Love and Hip Hop. Simply put. So, let's flip the energy. Alright, so speaking of these in the street, type ninjas or industry people, and the lack thereof. We have 50 cents versus the squatters and or lobby teniors. Then we have T.I. aka Tip versus 50 cents, then King. Why does it end up going left? This is definitely one of the very reasons for many having mental health issues within communities. And in my opinion, like before, I actually thought it only resonated within the younger generation. But instead, I believe we're all dealing with it. Two successful, nice-looking black men that can't shake hands and just keep it moving, and instead, they would rather cause insult to injury, involving the families in their beef, all while they're minding their business. Let me tell you that this doesn't seem like any random argument. This is months, or maybe years, of slick comments, little jabs, subtle disrespect. At a certain age, there is supposedly growth and wisdom. But nowadays, it's nowhere to be found. I've definitely thought about this a lot in the last couple of years, in regards to people from different locations and the world, whatever. But before the internet became what it is now, a mixer all intertwined. Just like society, I saw a difference with men from the northern region and the men from the southern region. I joke with my husband a lot about this. But it's almost as if they don't have a sense of what it is to work, like employment work, or even know what yard work is. Working on cars, fixing things, versus the men in the southern region. Okay. Wait, completely all over now. Ha ha ha. Like what has happened to all the men? In my opinion, there are too many wannabe chiefs. And everybody can't lead. God dog it. It's mind-boggling, I tell you. I agree with 50 Cent with this one. About Jim Jones. No productivity. Just too old for the hoopla. Put the butla to the ground. As they should be. Let's gather up the name brands and headbands and either sell them or hang them up. Now, pay your bills. Stop the faking and flossing. Get in where you fit in. And just be men. Evictions are horrible. I sympathize with anyone going through that, but when we were children, we thought as kids. And now that we're adults, we think as such. So let that matter possibly be their last teachable moment from 50 Cent, and keep it moving. On to T.I. and his son displaying all that anger, as he should. But there's a saying that goes, lines crossed. I don't agree with 50 involving Tiny. And what the HE double hockey stick was he thinking? And what is this? Yet definitely upsetting to a son, understandable. But at the same time, disrespecting the loss of loved ones is a big heck to the NO. I would hope some correction from T.I. and Tiny happened? Nope. And I've seen the other response video from T.I. 50? It's up to you to be the more mature individual. Pay them dust. However, wait. Hold up, not just yet. And here we go. A recognizable individual from their past feud has surfaced once again. Charleston White. I definitely sided with Charleston before, when speaking about King needing discipline and in regard to King being in those streets. However, this is why T.I. I blame you for all the ignorance. There's a time and place for everything, right? I do believe you know this, sir. And everything has a place, which has also made me wonder if this was all a setup to distract 50 Cent from the other things he had going on. Which is why I believe T.I. knew how 50 Cent would come. He isn't new to this. All the pictures of Tiny has already been out. Is this just T.I. time to be in the forefront? Huh. But hey, it is what it is. That's my cue and stopping point. On all of that. Simply put. Okay, so the way my husband is looking at me, calling me sheriff deputy, really has me rolling.
Simply put, I'm the riddle you missed. Gloss on my lips, truth in my fist. Not a diamond, more like a stone. Unpolished, rough, I shine on my own. Scribbled lines, notebook confessions. Life's a test, I skip the questions. In a world of flex, I just breathe. Simple me, roots deep as the trees. Simply put,